Hey there. If you're tuning in today, there's a good chance you might be celebrating something big. Maybe your birthday, or starting a new job, or hitting another work anniversary. It's the perfect time to think back on the year and make a plan for what's coming next.
It's funny how those milestones make you stop and think, right?
Absolutely. And that's where Indie HR Dialogue comes in. They have this awesome podcast, The Executive Read. It's perfect for leaders who are always learning and growing.
It really is like a cheat sheet for success. They break down all these books that, well, let's be honest, most of us probably don't have time to read cover to cover.
Exactly. And today we're going deep on one of those books, Your Best Year Yet by Jinny Ditzler.
Oh, this is a good one. It's all about making your next year the best one yet.
Like seriously, your best year ever. But before we get too far, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for The Executive Read. You can also find a link to Buy Your Best Year Yet in the episode description.
Okay, so ready to dive in?
Absolutely. So this book isn't about making a zillion crazy goals. It's more about asking yourself 10 really powerful questions. They help you think about where you've been and where you want to go.
I like that. It's simple but effective.
Totally. One that stood out to me was, what did you accomplish last year that you are most proud of? Seems basic, right?
It does. But there's a reason Ditzler starts there. I'm curious. What are your thoughts?
Well, so much of goal setting is all about what's next. But this question makes you look back at what you've already done.
It makes you acknowledge those wins, which is huge for confidence, It sets you up to achieve even more.
I love that. It's like before you climb the next mountain, take a minute to celebrate that you even made it to base camp.
Ha, perfect analogy. So often we're focused on what we didn't do. We forget to celebrate what we actually did achieve.
It's like we're programmed to focus on the negative.
And your best year yet is all about breaking that pattern. It helps you shift to a mindset of, well, positivity. It helps you see the possibilities.
So you're saying it's not just about celebrating the past, it's about using those wins to fuel future growth.
Exactly. It's like taking stock of your accomplishments and using them to shape your future goals.
It's all connected. Makes total sense. The book goes deeper than just wins, though, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Ditzler doesn't shy away from the hard stuff at all. She talks about those limiting beliefs that hold us back.
Oh, man. I know those voices all too well. The ones that whisper, you're not good enough or you'll never do that.
We all have them to some extent, right? But the book helps you deal with them. How do you think it does that?
Well, it forces you to bring those beliefs out in the open. You have to challenge them.
Right. Ditzler gives you this framework to really examine them, to ask, are these beliefs even true? And then eventually replace them with more positive ones.
It's like a mental detox. You get rid of those bad thought patterns and replace them with affirmations.
Exactly. You're creating a mental space that's ready for growth.
Okay, so we've got celebrating wins and facing those limiting beliefs. But what about accountability? How does the book handle that?
Well, it's not just about dreaming big, is it? It's about owning your goals.
Right, and actually making them happen.
Ditzler stresses having an action plan, a concrete one. Then, holding yourself accountable to it. She gives you tips for staying on track and making steady progress.
So it's like having a built-in accountability partner right there in the book.
Basically, it's like having Ditzler cheering you on, reminding you what really matters.
Now, this all ties into setting intentions too, right? But is that just a fancy way of saying setting goals?
Well, Ditzler makes a distinction. Goals are often about things you want to achieve, things outside of yourself.
I see.
Intentions are about the why behind your actions, what's driving you internally.
I think I get it. So how does that play out in real life?
Okay, think of it this way. Your goal might be to get a promotion, right? But your intention behind that could be to grow your leadership skills or make a bigger impact.
Oh, okay, so it's like the deeper purpose.
Exactly. Ditzler argues that when you have clear intentions, your actions match your values, and that leads to a deeper sense of purpose.
So it's not just checking things off a list, it's making sure those tasks actually mean something to you.
You got it. It's about making your journey to success more fulfilling. In the review we read, the writer talked about how this book helped them through a big career change.
Yeah, they were feeling lost and unsure about what was next.
Right. But working through those 10 questions helped them figure things out.
They got clear on their priorities, what they really valued, and then they made a plan that fit with that.
It's amazing how powerful this process can be, especially during times like that, right? When things feel uncertain.
It's like a roadmap. It helps you navigate those tricky transitions, whether it's a new job or a whole new chapter in life. Now, let's think about how you can apply this to your own life.
Absolutely. Let's take what we've learned and see how it can help you make this year your best yet. You know, one thing I found interesting is how Ditzler talks about setbacks. She doesn't see them as failures, more like learning experiences.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's easy to get down on yourself when things don't go as planned, especially at work, when things move so fast.
But she's saying those challenges are actually like opportunities to grow.
It's all about how you look at it. Instead of getting discouraged, you can ask, okay, what did I learn from this?
Right. It's like you can actually turn those roadblocks into stepping stones.
There's that saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. But it's more than just being tough, right? It's about turning those lessons into, well, wisdom.
Exactly. The road to success isn't always a straight line. There will be detours and bumps, but it's how you deal with them that shapes your journey.
This has been such a great deep dive. It's amazing how 10 simple questions can make you think so deeply.
It is. It shows how powerful it can be to really take the time to reflect on yourself.
When you ask yourself these questions, when you really think about your experiences, you get a clearer picture of who you are and what you want.
And what's important to you. Your values. It helps you make choices that are right for you.
And that's how you make a plan that feels authentic, right?
Right.
One that really fits with who you are. Now, for anyone listening who's thinking, okay, this all sounds great, but how do I actually do it? Ditzler has a resource for that.
Oh, you're talking about the workbook, the one that goes with the book.
Yes, it helps you take those 10 questions and apply them to your own life.
It takes you through it step by step. It's like having your own coach guiding you along the way.
It really is the perfect companion to the book. And you can download it right now. The link's in the episode description, so you can start putting these ideas into practice today.
Seriously, no more excuses. Okay, so before we finish this awesome deep dive, I think it's time for our final thought-provoking question.
I like it. I love ending on a good question.
What have you got for us today?
Okay, here it is. If you could achieve one thing this year, something that would make you super proud, what would it be?
Wow, that's a good one. It really makes you think about what matters most to you.
It's about dreaming big, tapping into those deep aspirations. What would truly bring you a sense of accomplishment?
And remember, Ditzler keeps saying it throughout the book. It's not just about dreaming, it's about taking action.
So once you have that vision, what's your first step? What can you do today to start making it happen?
Even a small step can set you on the right path. This has been really inspiring. I hope our listeners feel like they can make this year amazing.
I do too. It all starts with being willing to reflect, to dream big, and to take those steps, even if they're scary.
Absolutely. And to help you along the way, download Ditzler's workbook. It's a great tool for making those dreams a reality. Like we said, the link's in the episode description.
So that's it for our deep dive into your best year yet. We had a blast exploring this with you.
Remember, you have everything you need to make this year incredible. Embrace the journey, set your intentions, and take those bold steps.
Stay blessed. And hey, we want to hear from you too. What really stood out to you from your best year yet?
Yeah, what are you doing to make this year your best?
Share your thoughts, your ideas, your stories. Let's keep talking about this.
We can all learn from each other, inspire each other. It's how we grow, right?
Absolutely. And with that, we want to thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into your best year yet. It's been amazing exploring this book with you.
Remember, you've got this. You have everything you need to make this year amazing.
Embrace the journey, set your intentions, and go for it. Take those bold steps.
And don't forget about the workbook we mentioned. Seriously, it's such a helpful tool. It'll help you take all of this and actually put it into practice. Make this year truly exceptional.
You can find the link in the episode description, as always.
Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep reaching for your best.
Stay blessed.